Hello friends, we have another 70-degree day upon us, and just like that we found our first snake of the day. Black racer. This one looks a little bit skinny. I'm not sure if it's this. There's no way it's the same one as last week. But it's in a similar location. Like, I don't want to say it's the same location, but it's close. I don't think it's the same one, but it could be for all I know. I remember the other one looking a little bit more healthy though. This one's a little bit skinny, but I'm sure they'll find something to eat at some point. The next few days are gonna be like pretty warm, so I'm assuming a lot of snakes are gonna start coming out and venturing a little bit farther away. But yeah, this is the first snake of the day, pretty quick. And we'll get to see, or we'll see if we see any more. Well, here's our second snake of the day. It's a very, very tiny cottonmouth. A little bit skinny. I'm sure they'll get their first meal of the year soonish though, as temps rise up. This guy's just basking here though, so there's probably a hole or somewhere where they can hide during the night, where when the temperatures tank. But yeah, second snake of the day. I'll see if I can get a little bit closer, but I'm sure probably they'll go away the moment I try to get a little bit closer, but we'll try. Yeah, I think this is the best as a look as I'm gonna get without getting super unsafe and sliding down. But there they are, second snake of the day. I'm just gonna leave them alone though. Let's keep going. Maybe we'll see some other stuff basking. The weather's perfect out right now. It's like 70 degrees and cloudy, so there's chance for more snakes to be out basking. So yeah, let's keep going. Well, we have a second cottonmouth of the day, just basking down here, like pretty close to where the other smaller one was. This one's a little bit bigger, but nothing super crazy either. I'll just leave them be. Take some quick pictures wherever I can, but I don't want to startle them since they're basking. Very muddy too. A lot of snakes just look like this during winter, as I mentioned in the previous video. So I'll leave them be and keep going. Maybe we'll see some more stuff. We have acquired the next snake of the day. It's another eastern ribbon snake. Just like in the other video, this may be the best time of the year to see them, just because the way this park is laid out is that there's the bluffs over there, then there's the swamp over there, and ribbon snakes hibernate over there, and they have to cross to be able to make it over there. So right now, when they're starting to get out of hibernation, is probably the best time to see them, and so in the fall as well. Very lucky though. These guys seem to be out super early and in numbers too. But it seems like it's gonna start getting warmer, so there may be a chance in the next couple of weeks to see more of them, which honestly I'm not gonna complain. So I'll take that, and I'll just take some quick shots of this little guy and then let them go. Well, look at that. There are two ribbon snakes pretty much side by side, so I had to catch both. I honestly, at first I only saw the small one, this guy up there. But then, as I was walking to get the small one, I saw this big guy try to run away. I hadn't seen the big guy yet, so I caught both of them, because otherwise they would have escaped. But never thought that would be the case. That's awesome. After that, I met up with a couple of herper friends, just by sheer coincidence. They just happened to be herping the same spot as I did, and I got distracted, so I ended up just like hanging out with them and didn't record much for the video. But here's the last snake that we saw that day, which was this very, very baby cottonmouth. Super cute. You can see even the yellow on the tail, which is pretty neat. But after that we just like head back, and I went back home, and then I went back the next day. Hello friends, it's the next day. I'm sorry for the way I kinda cut the video yesterday. It's because I, out of sheer coincidence, just met up with a couple of herper friends that also were herping the same park. So we just kinda like stuck together and talked, and yeah, we just did stuff, and I kinda didn't follow up super well with the video, but that's okay. Here's the first herp of the day though for today, a little eastern newt. So the guy was under a rock, very wet rock. It seems like a lot of the rocks are super wet, so I don't expect to find snakes, but it is nice to see at least a salamander. But yeah, let's get started for today. Maybe we'll see some snakes. So our racer friend from yesterday is still here. Pretty close to the same spot, obviously not exactly at the same spot, but in the same general area. It's pretty cool to see like kind of recaptures, because that means they're doing well. It's possible that this was the same snake as last week, so that's pretty cool. I'll just leave them be though, of course. Try to not startle them too much, but let's keep going. Okay. Yeah, I startled them. There were a couple, I mean, you probably saw 3 cottonmouths right there. There's one on the back, flickering their tongue, and there were the other 2. I'm just gonna leave them be. I really don't want to startle them on a day like this, so I'm just gonna retreat. But I wanted to show that off real quick. Yeah, snakes that are coiled and kind of basking, I don't want to startle them too much, just because, you know, it's like late winter and they gotta get all the energy they can. At least today it's pretty warm, so it'll be even warm even inside crevices and stuff, but still I want to minimize that as much as possible. So that's why I just kind of retreated past and let them do their thing. Yeah, let's keep going. We have another snake crossing the trail, second snake crossing the trail for the year. Eastern ribbon snake. Bro, from far away I thought they were a queen snake, and that would have been cool to show off. So I don't see queen snakes here that often. I think I've only ever seen one. Pretty big actually. Eastern ribbon snake. I don't know what they generally like book it, but I guess they're probably using the asphalt to warm up a little bit. I'll take some quick shots and then let them go. But it is nice to be seeing these species. As I said, this is a tricky species to see. I guess it's just this window in the late winter, probably early spring, where you can see them, and after that they're going to the swamp, and then they'll be pretty tough to find here. Alright, where we got our first ringneck snake of the day. This one was spotted by a hiker actually, so they saw them crossing the trail and they called me and I ran. This may be the last one, honestly. A lot of the stuff to flip has been very meh, like it's been very humid, so a lot of these snakes don't really like that. I mean, ringnecked snakes don't really mind that much, but it's just in less numbers than you would usually see them. Very pretty little guy. I'll just let them go. They were going this way, so there you go. All right, neat. Let's keep going. All right, we have acquired our next ribbon snake. Very garter looking. Look at that. Even has like sort of a, not a checkered pattern per se, but it does have the colors that a garter snake would also have. Look at that. This guy is very pretty. I almost stepped on them, like, so I was looking around this area here and the snake was right here and I was walking. I almost stepped on them. I didn't see them at first. This guy is super pretty though. I'll take some quick shots and then let them go. Yeah, the previous one, I don't know if I even mentioned the previous clip, but I just took some quick pictures and just moved them off the trail. That's what I was doing. But yeah, we'll get some quick shots and let them go. Well, there's a common water snake over there in the water. So by creek walking too, so it seems like snake season has officially started. This is what I generally use as a measurement, I guess, because whenever I see some water snakes basking on top of their banks, that's when the thing begins. But most excitingly, here is a species that I don't see often at all. I think this is only the third one that I see here, which is a plain-bellied water snake. Over here they used to be called copper-bellied. I don't know if I'm gonna grab them. I may have to, because it seems like they have noticed me and they're very pretty and I want to show them off. So yeah, I may have to handle them. Wish me luck because they bite. I'm pretty undecided on it, just because they have, I think they have a meal. Look at that bulge over there. So I really don't want to bother that more than I should. So I'll probably leave them be for now. I'll decide later if I want to grab them or not, but For now I'll leave them be, which is kind of a shame because this snake is beautiful, and I would like good pictures, but that's okay. I'm sure there will be more opportunities, but look at how pretty they are. So the ones over here, they have this copper bellied coloration. It's different from the ones that you would see in other parts of the US, at least a little bit, where they're a little bit more yellowish looking. These ones are very orange, which is quite cool. Probably won't be able to show that today, but trust me in that regard. What a cool species. They're also not everywhere in Tennessee. They're only found in West Tennessee mainly, and a little bit of Middle Tennessee. So this is a very nice find for me. Don't see them very often here, so I'll very gladly take that. I've been getting close to water snakes, but they've been dipping immediately, so I'm just gonna record from this far away and then I'll try to get closer. But there is a common water snake over there, another one. And this is by far, bar none, the easiest snake to see in Tennessee. Like, once they start coming out and basking, you just have to choose a creek and then walk slowly, and then you'll see them. They're really easy. Probably one of the more widespread snakes in Tennessee as well, in terms of like the habitat and all that stuff that you can find. You can see them in small creeks, you can see them in lakes, you can see them in ponds, you can see them in swamps. They're kind of just everywhere. So very well adapted snakes, but it is still cool to see them. I'll try to get close, but they've been all jumping into the water like pretty immediately. So we'll see how close I can get. Yep, see, I'm not even that close and they decided to dip. I'm still pretty far away. This is like with pretty good zoom too. I don't know why they've been so frisky. Generally water snakes bask and that they don't really care too much about you, but I guess it's like very late winter, so they just decide to dip as the first sign of danger comes by. The big plain-bellied water snake too also went away after I left them alone. And I found another plain-bellied water snake that I was able to get a hand on slightly, but they were inside a root and they were making a lot of force. So instead of injuring them, I just let them go. But yeah, it's pretty nice to see water snakes out. Bro, I've been on a roll with the skink grabs. It's little brown skink. And in the last episode I grabbed a common 5-lined, I think it was the last episode, yeah. It was a common 5-lined. And today I grabbed these, and these are arguably harder to grab than common 5-lines. They're super fast and pretty small, and they blend so well with the leaf leader. Look how pretty this guy is. Decently big. Something happened on their tail, but that's okay. These guys, I'm always very, very careful when grabbing these guys because they can drop their tail, so I don't want that to happen. So even when I attempt to grab them, I still try to be sort of gentle. And if I'm gonna go for it, I try to grab a big area of stuff, so I don't necessarily only grab their tail, right? If that makes sense, for them to not drop it. I'm gonna see if I can get some shots of this guy, but it's gonna be pretty unlikely, so they may escape if I try to set them up. But yeah, say bye to this little guy. Surprised it took this long, but there's our first cottonmouth crossing trail. I'm gonna see if I can get them to sit still, but yeah, they're a pretty big, healthy guy, it seems. Let's see if they notice me. Very patternless too. I've noticed that with the cottonmouths that are roughly this size, they're very brown, patternless. Like, definitely not as dark as the really, really big ones, but not as light color as the smaller ones. It's just the intermediate, I guess. Cool. I'm gonna see if I can get them to sit still and take some shots. Okay, I got them to sit still again. Shame they are facing the other way compared to the sun, otherwise it would be so ideal for pictures. But wow. That is a very nice looking cottonmouth, super healthy and just out of shed, it seems. Very nice. Well, I'm glad I was able to get one outside and one I can actually like set up for pictures, because cottonmouths do so well with pictures. I will say that cottonmouths, out of the four, well, I haven't seen pygmy rattlesnakes here, but out of the 3 venomous snakes that I'm familiar with here in Tennessee, they're the most chill by far. Copperheads can be a little jumpy, and timbers not super jumpy, but they can be sometimes. Alright, they were crossing the other way, so I'm gonna help them move the other way, the opposite way, and then let them go. But yeah, that's a nice looking cottonmouth to continue the day, and let's keep going. Look, kinda to show you all how chill these snakes are. Like, they do the cottonmouth thing where they open their mouth and stuff, but generally speaking, they don't even try to strike, they just try to run away. But obviously, as I mentioned, they were going the opposite way. It's just that I scared them, of course. See, they do the mouth thing, but they never ever strike. Or at least I have never had a cottonmouth attempt to strike me. So I'm just gonna gently move them to the place where they were heading, like actually. And then they'll probably head away. But yeah, I just wanted to show that off because a lot of people are very, very scared of cottonmouths, but they really are like super, super chill. And I love working with cottonmouths, so yeah, I'll just let them go and let's keep going. What on earth, dude? Look at what I just found crossing the trail. It's either a mud turtle or a musk turtle. I'm leaning mud turtle. I have, like, I don't see the species often at all, in either or, like either musks or muds. So I'm not super familiar with how to differentiate them. But what, like, again, like, this is the first time I see them here. The only place where I've seen them before has been at Reelfoot Lake, which, yeah, that's like turtle heaven. So seeing one of those here is like, I'm blown away. I'm so happy about this one. This has to be the highlight of the day, and it wasn't even a snake. That is insane. Alright, I took this guy somewhere else because I was getting swarmed by, not mosquitoes, but a different bug. And they were not biting me, but there were like 100 or so on me, so that was really annoying. But I'll take them back to where I found them when I'm done with pictures. Just letting them be a little bit less shy. But I'm leaning definitely towards mud turtle. The plastron is really big, especially compared to a stink bot. So I'll make sure to return them once I'm done with pictures, but this is the highlight of the day, for sure. That's crazy. Yeah, they're definitely being a little difficult, definitely very shy. So I think I'm just gonna let them go. But this is just such an awesome find that I cannot overstate that. So cool. Oh, they're poking their head out. Picture time. Alright, well, I'm satisfied with the pictures now. Thankfully they poked their head out just as I was talking, which is nice. So yeah, I'll return this little guy back to where I found them. Oh yeah, before I let them go, here's the plastron, by the way. That's why I think it's a mud turtle and not a musk turtle. Pretty big plastron, so that should be a sign of a mud turtle instead of musk turtle. But yeah, let's let them go. Alright, well, here's another snake crossing the trail. Not what I would expect to see crossing the trail, but it makes sense if water snakes are starting to move. Here's another common water snake. Look at that. So finally we can get a decent view at them. Look at this pretty pattern. It's very dark, but it's also very red compared to other water snakes that I tend to see. They can be like pretty highly variable in color, honestly. I've seen some super red ones before. But this one is definitely a little bit more of the like classic look that you would expect from a water snake. I already got some pictures, so I'm gonna just let them do their thing. But that's a nice snake. Pretty big. Maybe you see that? Well, never mind. Yeah, I got a little startled by my movement. But I'll just let them do their thing. Well, the razor friend seems to be gone for the day, so that means that things are definitely winding down a little bit. It was a very, very good day though. Wow. I definitely cannot complain. 6 species of snake, a mud turtle, which is ridiculous, and then I caught the little brown skink as well. So overall, very, very good. I'm very happy with today's session. Tomorrow is gonna rain during the day, so I'm probably gonna chill and take a break. But if it does rain at night, I'll probably do some road cruising. Hopefully actually get some plethodontids, but we'll see. That'll be for our next episode though. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope you all have a nice day. Bye bye.